But do you think Western men are built for virgins? Because what's going to happen is he's going to get sick of having sex with her because she's not experienced, and he's going to want.
Yeah, that's not an issue. Like, I'm sorry, I'm here to tell you guys, like, we don't care.
Like, big a deal.
Like, it really, when women are not experienced, they're just really hot.
The only people who have a problem with that.
I'm there now. Wasn't there back then, but now I'm like, my bad.
Again, that's what comes with age and maturity.
Yes.
These 18-year-old and 19-year-old girls are not going to give that to you.
Wow.
You know what really kills me, and I hate saying this because I don't like generalizing things, but men have this disillusion that, like, oh, if I get with an 18 or 19-year-old girl, it's a lot less dudes have been inside her.
Yep.
I know so many people who have lost their virginity at 15, and by 19 years old, they've got 50 under their belt.
Yep.
I'm 36 years old. I've got 3 men under my belt. It's not about less bodies. The girl can come to you and say, I've never
like 4
had
times
sex.
more women than I have men.
I'm a virgin, and you will eat it up.
Oh yeah, and
you'll eat it
you'll
up.
believe every bit
and
of
you'll
it too.
believe it. Your body count is completely up to you. No one can shame you. If you lost it at 12 and you've had 100 since, it doesn't matter.
No,
that
but
is your shit.
Ladies, keep it. I'm telling you, keep it all in as much as you can.
Keep what
agree.
in.
Don't just
keep
sleep
what
around.
in.
Keep
But
all the
if-
things.
So
in
should
your
body
plans.
count matter or not?
The last time you guys asked me that, I said my body count to somebody else shouldn't matter, and I don't care about my man's body count.
Just have sex
That's
with
not-
women.
You
It's so much
realize that
better.
it is important.
Okay,
to guys.
first off, Ashley's completely right. Just have sex with women. That is
Just
the
have
correct.
sex with
That's how it
that is
works.
the correct answer. Those don't count. In fact, having sex with
Those
women,
don't count.
it reduces your body count. Like, it goes down. It goes down.
And you know what? You'll
by
learn
one
so
by
much
f***ing
about
women.
vaginas and yourself
Yeah,
and
exactly. I'm right there with you. I completely agree with that.
It's done.
Having sex with women does not
But
count for women.
I'll say this is like when she said that, I was kind of like, wow, like. It was one of the first times I was kind of
You
like...
were judgy?
I wasn't judgy. I was just kind of taken aback. Like, you have a lot of mileage for... Like, I mean...
mileage.
Well, no,
I mean,
think about it. How long could she have been
generally,
having
yes.
sex? I mean, if she did it legally,
Yeah, that's
like,
a lot.
since she was 18, she had 50... Like, let's just say, for sake of art, maybe it was 16, okay, whatever.
So, like,
That's
1.5 a month since she lost it.
That's the... I mean, there are stars who don't have that kind of record. Like, they have to, they got to get checked and go do a scene and kind of stuff. So when I'm listening to this, I'm going, okay, this is a different lifestyle. This is a different time right now, and this is a different and what is going to happen with that girl or women who are like that, where they have fans or they have even just Instagram right now, that digital footprint is going to follow her from wherever she is, from the time she was on Fresh and Fit and said I had 15 guys, right?
Or like
all
those,
the way on
those
into her
girls on the
future.
streets, like, tell me your secret. Oh, well, I got gangbanged by 20 guys one time in a frat. Like, wait, hold up. Did you
Now,
just admit that?
I'll also explain this to you.
Oh, you talking about Kazumi? Shout out to Kazumi.
One of the
Kazumi, come on the
reasons-
podcast, girl. Get on here.
Now I'm gonna back you up just a bit here. One of the reasons why guys get so like they think that if they find an 18-year-old girl, she's going to be a virgin. No, she's not. Clearly, the 19-year-old sitting next to me with 15 bodies. Maybe that's not like demonstrable of like the masses of women her age.
That is not the middle of the deviation.
Yeah, definitely not. But the thing is the idea that you're going to find your virgin bride in a Western developed, a weird nation, Westernized, industrial
republic,
rich, educated, and democratic nation is like I don't know what the percentages are, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty low.
Hoflation.
Pretty low, yeah.
But do you
hoflation.
think Western men are built for virgins? Because what's going to happen is he's going to get sick of having sex with her because she's not experienced, and he's going to want...
Yeah, that's not an issue. Like, I'm sorry. I'm here to tell you guys, like, we don't care.
Like, big a deal.
Like, it really, when women are not experienced, they're just really hot.
The only people who have a problem with that online are the ones who are flexing because all they're doing is working off at home.
Yeah,
I'm
just
gonna
asocial.
tell you, like, they have no social skills, and because those are usually the people who are in the haters in the chat who are saying, oh, all these girls are fake. They got fake boobs, they got fake lips, they got fake ass, they got fake this. I would never. I have more respect for myself than to ever.
But they can't
with
get
these
us to
girls.
save their lives.
Well, but see, that's what they expect you to say. The real answer to this is the idealistic girl that they're looking for certainly does not exist in the United States. That's how you get passport bros. They think they're going to go off to like Philippines or Guam or where Southeast Asia to find some virgin bride from a third world country and bring her back over. And I will tell you this: as soon as you bring her back here, she will turn into exactly the person that you thought that she would never turn into.
Michael, but wouldn't you prefer a freak in bed?
You can teach her. It just doesn't matter. Like, it's just, you can just teach her. And really, like I'm going to tell
Lies
you
you
guys,
tell.
listen to me.
Lies.
Listen in the chat, guys. Listen in the
I think a
chat.
bad stroke is
Tom.
worse than a girl that's
Oh,
unexperienced.
if you had a stroke, you mean like you're like an embolism, like an embolism.
Make me do it.
Listen, here we go. Okay, guys in the chat, if you agree with me, let me know. If you would rather be with a girl who's not that good in bed, but is very young and extremely attractive, or a girl who is not quite as attractive, a little bit older, has been with a few men and is extremely good in bed, who would you rather be with? One, if you would rather be with a girl who is just really attractive and has not been with very many men and not very experienced and doesn't and keeps putting her teeth on it, or the other girl. The other girl who's a freak in bed, but she's been with a lot of guys. One or two. Put right in the chat. And you'll see.
What constitutes
Well, they're going to want to marry her, but they're going to want to sleep with the other one. Because it's one thing to teach somebody, and then another thing for it to be natural, right?
That's the one.
Because you can marry the virgin, the one that's not, oh my gosh, and then that girl at the club is like, and then everything changes.
No. You misunderstand. We're high status.
Put the camera on her and let her do that one again.
Okay. I'm serious. It's like they like the idea of the pure one, but they want that hot girl in the red stiletto.
You misunderstand. We're high status men. We just have both.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry. Nobody came after me. Really? Is that it?
I think you like the idea of the conquest or the idea of this person is pure, but you like the hottie. You guys have proved it over and over and over again. Look at the wall behind you.
Well, you also said the first girl has to be young and hot. Why can't the older girl be hot and be really good in bed?
That could happen too. So just control for hotness.
By the way, I have no problem with that either way.
I just tell you, like, the reason I used to think, like, why are these things all red flags? Like when Rich Cooper in his book, he talks about the 21 red flags. I was like, man, most of these seem like red flags, but some of them I just don't care that much about the red flags, tattoos, whatever. And then I realized it's because I had no interest whatsoever in getting married.
Yeah,
I wanted to have sex with lots of women.
All of the red flags
none of these things,
green
they were
flags.
green flags to me. I was like, excessive amounts of drinking, tattoos in weird places, tongue rings. I'm like, these were just green flags for sex.
I know.
And I did not care about being in a relationship. And so because of those things, I didn't see them as red flags at all. And so now, yeah, maybe what you're saying is true. But
listen, I think I'm going to say something controversial. The men, the women that these men call the 304s, those women, men created. And this is how men created them. Your obsession with the quote unquote porn is $1 billion industry.
Yes.
So is the strip game. So is the sex industry. You guys chase those women to the point where even the pure ones are running around looking like, they're like, oh, this is what you like? Well, this is what I'm going to do and I'm going to give you. And now it's out of control and you don't like it anymore. Now you're getting your passport and you're running away. Where's the pure one? No, this is the one you
literally made a TikTok
wanted.
saying exactly that.
This is the one you wanted.
The OnlyFans girls, but who's paying the OnlyFans girls?
These guys.
I promise you, not the lesbians or the straight girls.
The ones throwing the ones in the chat. That's who's paying. The ones throwing the ones in the chat.
Females buying OnlyFans.
This is probably the 112th time I've heard this argument. Okay, so,
it's true. It's not an argument. It's factual.
They're the first ones that will call you.
Factual in this. Okay, yeah, of course. I'm sure there's people in the chat are doing that right now. But the problem with this is it's cyclical. It's a feedback loop, is what it is. It's supply and demand. If there was no demand, there would be no supply. If there was no supply, there would be no demand. It's who is starting what, who has the responsibility to stop it. And you'll notice that it's never put on the woman to stop the loop. It's always put on the man to stop the loop.
Because it's easy money for them.
And by the way, that's not necessarily women's fault, because there are men who will say exactly the same thing you're saying right now, except they will be the Puritans. They'll be the ones, the churchy guys. They'll be the ones who say, well, if men could just keep in their pants, then we wouldn't have these OnlyFans girls. Bull.
I don't think
No.
Because that's not how the machine was evolved to be. Men get hard-ons. We want to have sex. That's what we're about. Men's innate, natural, evolved mating strategy is unlimited access to unlimited sexuality. You know what delivers that to the common man today? Porn.
Okay,
in
so
the
you go
virtual
back.
sense. If you want to stop that loop, it has to be both. It has to be both the woman and the man.
I agree with you 110%.
And you know what?
But I don't want to stop
You're
that.
never
I
gonna
want
do it.
what I would like to see stop is men pretending that they don't prefer the. That's what I would like to see stop. Like go out. Be
Okay.
and
Like
go
that whole
like them, but
following on
stop-
Instagram.
Yeah, I think it's a different place. Like even the guys who call them 304s would still have sex with them. Like,
Yeah,
they're not saying that they
that's
wouldn't.
the thing.
Yeah, that's they're
Like the
not
whole thing
saying
about
that.
Stephanie. You're calling Stephanie all these ugly names, but then all of a sudden,
Who's Stephanie? I call Stephanie.
Palmares. No, not
No,
you.
not me. Okay,
not
yeah.
you. People
Yeah.
on the thing. We're calling Palmares and all these disgusting things and talking about her looks and that. But then all of a sudden, she has like how many more new followers?
Get
Hello.
1,200 new
New followers.
paying
Hello.
followers.
And I bet you half those people were there.
I mean, I've seen even the quote unquote pure girls wanting to
We
run around
really
and
got to stop
look
using the word pure.
Okay, what word? Using their
Loyal.
language.
Inexperienced.
Loyal.
Okay,
Let's just say
loyal.
loyal. Yes.
Okay.
Like
So-
devotion.
All right,
I guess-
devoted- the
because when you
devoted
put
women.
let me tell you why I have a problem with the word purity. I said this on the last show, and this is not on you. I hear guys
Right, that's
saying
where I got
exactly
it
the
from.
same thing. Like they're saying, like, oh, women sell purity. No, they don't. They sell loyalty. They sell fidelity. They sell devotion. They sell natural innate desire for that man if that man measures up to his burden of performance. It is not about purity. It is knowing with certainty that the baby that comes out of your womb is going to be my kid, and you're not going to cuck me. You're not going to find the homeless guy, have sex with him, have his
Right.
baby, and now I got to take care of the baby, right?
Right.
So that goes back to your caveman days. So how do we put this into a social sense? We say, well, a pure woman is a woman who doesn't do that. Okay, well, what is that? That is to have my babies, do what you goddamn say you're going to do, because men and women come together. There's a trade-off between their mating strategies. I have to give up my access to like have multiple women, and I have to force it. It's in the wedding vows. Forsaking all others till death do us part, for richer or for poorer. So if suddenly I got money and suddenly I get poor, you're still on board with me.
Update the vows.
This is why I said, what is marriage today? Because the reason why you're saying that is because today we're like, well, I don't know if that works for me anymore.
Right.
Richer for poor, sickness and in health. If I get a big old goiter on my neck, you're going to stick around and you're going to be with me and while I get this taken care of, right? That's what those assurances were for. So for men, it was, I'm going to give up all of these access, all of my opportunity to go and bang other women because I'm going to parentally invest in just you because I think I love you. I'm going to stick by with you no matter what till death do us part because God said it, whatever your personal beliefs are about it. The only thing that I want to know, my only thing, my one caveat in all of this, I'm going to take care of you, do whatever I'm supposed to do as a man. I just got to know one thing. The fucking kid is my kid that comes out from between your legs when it happens.